Look at that.
Perfect. I know.
Racketeering. Awesome. How's that look? That's a backdrop. Ridiculous.
A little bit, but it's all right.
That's awesome. I like that. It looks ridiculous. The more ridiculous.
Do you have the cheese plate in the film?
Yeah. Get the cheese in there.
We'll move it closer to you then.
Hey, move it a little bit closer. We're kind of tight there.
The more ridiculous the whole thing looks, the better. This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 63 of The Real Word. The first episode we've ever had the mics completely figured out.
The word is up.
Word is up now.
But look, so last episode I didn't show them. I got a brand new phone case.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I love that you just are downplaying it. I really think it's mostly because you're pissed off that I only bought one and not two.
Yeah, she bought one. She's one way right there, Nicole White. Well, we're in a new studio.
Wow.
So it doesn't mean we're always going to be here.
We are here today.
We
finally have the arms that you've always wanted.
We have the arms. We have our new racket, which our buddy Pat got us.
But it's not a replacement of the racket. This is just the racket in this studio.
Pat Kenny. If you're a 5 a.m. call member, you know who Pat Kenny is. You don't like the shout out for the 5 a.m. call?
I love it.
All right.
ByronLazine.com,
Yes,
5amcall.com.
Sign up for the newsletter.
You want to throw your phone number out there, your email, anything? No, you're good? You feel good about all of that?
Are you good?
I'm great.
You ready to get into the rackets?
I'm good.
We got a racket sitting right next to
Tons
us. All right.
Woo!
Racket number one. I thought this was big news this week. I think everybody that has the CRM I'm about to mention thought this was big news. Compass scoops up contactually the CRM. What's your thoughts? Is that a complete racket? Are you nervous if you have Contactually and all your contacts uploaded into that CRM? Are you nervous, Nicole? Do you even have a CRM, Nicole?
That's all that I have to say on that.
You don't. Nicole doesn't. Nicole is a untraditional real estate agent.
So what's very interesting though, because last night I actually spent a few hours, actually multiple hours, probably 3 hours, trying to figure out. So I've been in the real estate business for 8 years. I am certainly not telling anybody that this is the way to do it, but
This is not the way to do it.
I do not have a CRM.
Yeah. She does have a CRM. She doesn't use it.
Well, I do. Well, no, I have a CRM in my head. Well,
Which is 90% of agents don't use a CRM.
Yeah. So, but it's not good because I'm now at the point where I'm chasing new and not fostering old. Although I will have to say, when I got into the business, Facebook and Instagram were not a huge part of my business. So Facebook and Instagram has been actually a huge lifesaver for me because I can very easily sort of scroll through friends and be reminded of who is a contact
She's
of
got
mine.
the Facebook CRM, the Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
edition.
I just no. So it's interesting though because we are part of the Tom Ferry.
We have access to Contactually.
We do, but it's interesting because we talked about this.
And we have our own CRM, FirePoint.
So FirePoint makes me a little nervous because I feel like that's more of like a lead. And then we talked about
This is the biggest racket of all time. Nicole White talking about CRMs.
We talked about Contactually in one
Contactually.
of whatever the fuck it is. We talked about that one time.
This is going to be one of the most iconic episodes of all time. Nicole just really wants to get out of here. This is the first time we've ever done it in a PM hour.
We are in the evening hour.
We are in the evening hours.
I don't want to get out of here. I'm talking. If I wanted to get out of here, I wouldn't be talking. But so in our last coaching call, because we are in a group coaching call.
Yeah.
We had the census that we actually don't have access to that.
To FirePoint?
No.
To Contactually.
Yes, because we had talked about using it, and then I think
No. Anybody that's a Tom Ferry coaching member knows Tom Ferry just sent out a blast email when this news dropped.
Yeah.
Last week that, hey, all your data. What we're hearing is what Tom Ferry said is all your data is going to be protected from Compass because there's certainly agents that have Contactually that are at
See,
a number
I'm
of different
never worried
brokerages.
about anybody getting my information because if they like me, like they're coming to me.
And I've always been,
Dude,
right there with you.
I mean, even if you're just talking about like Mojo calling and all, like clearly everybody's information is out there for anybody to purchase.
I am using Contactually, which is why I thought that I'm using it every single day.
I felt like last night I wanted to be a part of your cool club.
My last night's cool club?
No, the Contactually club last night.
Contactually
I wanted to get into it. I wanted to.
So what I'll tell you is I believe Contactually is the #1 real estate CRM out there, which makes it very interesting that Compass went out and made this purchase because I think it does strengthen, and this is just my opinion, I think it does strengthen their technology claim that they're the most tech-savvy, tech-forward real estate company. But it also begs the question.
I mean, their signs are awesome.
Their signs are great. But this also begs the question. If you're so far advanced on tech,
why are you buying?
Internally.
Why are you
buying? And you have all these engineers.
Right.
Why are you buying a CRM that's already built? If you're so advanced, why aren't you building your own IP?
Well,
now this is your IP, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I just feel like why bother?
If
it's good.
This deal could be in the range of up to 50 million, depending on certain conditions. I don't know how many users Contactually has. I don't know. What type of revenue they're bringing in, but 50 million for a CRM,
I feel like
that's a huge deal.
You do? I think that's cheap.
Their client base includes 8 of the country's top 20 brokerages, so I guess not if they're doing that. They've got some Remax Results, Coldwell, Baker Bain, Climb Real Estate, Red Oak Realty, Century 21 Redwood, a couple others. This now means that Compass owns the CRM used by multiple Realogy franchises. That's an interesting thing all in itself.
Well, there's been a lot of things going on at Realogy. I mean, there's been a lot of shakeups at Realogy. Realogy's just overall doesn't sound like it's doing very well.
I don't think they're too happy. They've invested in the CRM. They've absolutely invested in Contactually to the point that it's worth 50 million now today.
Well, what's super interesting to me though is that Realogy, as large as they are,
huge,
hasn't actually, because a few episodes ago we talked about the fact that they're going to that sort of agent concierge. I mean, it was mostly Coldwell Banker, but again, Coldwell Banker is part of Realogy. I'm just surprised at Realogy with the amount of big brokerages that they have under their name. Like,
but they didn't go out and buy it?
Or just didn't, like, why don't they have their
They're already
own?
using it? So Contactually's team of 30 employees will join Compass's 175-person tech team. So it just further builds out this tech enterprise that they are building.
Well,
I'm not afraid. I know some agents might be afraid.
I'm not afraid. Take my database. Good luck with it.
I'm not afraid of anybody taking the database because to your point, you've got to work it. And you've got to build trust and you've got to earn trust and you've actually got to go out there and make the contacts. I'm not saying Compass can't go out there and reach out to people. Yeah. I don't think it's a racket that they bought Contactually because I do honestly believe it's the best real estate CRM I have seen. So I don't think that's a racket. They've got the money to spend, but they better now put up the numbers and they better hope that people stay on Contactually because it's almost like when the lender takes the in-house job, like I'm just going to be the in-house lender for the broker, and then none of the other agents want to use that lender. So it's like now that Contactually is the in-house for Compass.
Well, so I can understand that because our company has their own in-house, and everyone's always worried about stealing leads.
Right, and other brokerages don't want to use the in-house lender. It's like the same thing.
We'll see. So you're saying the opposite way, though. The people on the outside may not want to continue using it because... So you're saying the Compass people may, but the outsiders won't.
Correct.
Interesting. Right. Well, I may use a CRM now.
Yeah. Look, I sure hope so.
I mean, I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday, right, Byron?
I sure hope so. Yeah, you always get better today than you were yesterday. If you just do that, Nicole, you're going to be fine.
I'm doing great.
You are
doing great. I had my business cards in my pocket the other day.
Great. Nicole, this is going to be the best real word ever. I can feel it. You're doing so great today that this will be the best episode of all time. Word is up. All right, racket number 2. Talked a lot about Zillow on last week's show. If you didn't go Definitely go back to 62 if you didn't hear all the Zillow talk, especially with the Raskoff
Right.
move. But this is just bad pub. This is a lawsuit. Bad Zillow info, corrupted listing price on a $150 million mansion. The mansion was named Billionaire, and now the owner-seller is suing Zillow for corrupt information on the listing. Is this a racket, Nicole White? What do you think?
I think the whole thing is typical of sellers.
Whoa, I didn't expect that angle.
No?
So typical of a seller. I mean, there was some pretty egregious information on
Right.
the Zest,
So
on the Zillow.
So it does. So it does. Okay. So in the article, it does talk about
This isn't a Zestimate lawsuit.
No, it's not. The seller is saying that somebody broke into the back end of Zillow and put in false information of this property selling a couple times for a much lower price than what it was worth. And then it sounds like based on
someone
that,
claimed to be the listing owner.
right.
And some of the claims was that the house sold on February 9th of 2019 for $110 million. That there was an open house for the property. Of course, you're not going to do an open house on this type of property.
No,
That'd be ridiculous.
So that would piss me off if there was an open house being advertised at my property and it wasn't. I guess I just feel like
It had a couple different sale prices: 90.54 million in 19, 93.4. So there's all this just wacky information.
I guess I just feel like if you were a real buyer, and maybe, okay, so I have to, my problem is that I've always been a real estate agent for pretty much as long as Zillow has been around. So I think my opinion of Zillow has always been skewed onto like the real estate end, where I just can't imagine any real buyer is actually going onto Zillow and using that sales information as real concrete numbers.
You just made a great point.
And if they are, though,
Nicole White made a great point.
And if it happens, but if they are, I would like to think that they're going to their agent and their agent is saying, again, you trust me. It's not true.
George Costanza, you made the great point.
Excuse me?
George, just
stop talking?
Let us, no.
Because you need to talk.
I didn't say just stop talking.
Because you want to talk. I don't even talk.
Well, no,
look at our lines. You clearly talk more than I do.
Here's the point.
Yes.
$150 million buyers are not looking for this property on Zillow. That is the biggest racket of all time.
Has the seller actually sold the property?
No, it's still on the market.
Oh, because I was going to say, because if this seller is accusing Zillow and this mischief on the fact that their home sold less than what it was worth, I'm pretty certain that house sold for exactly what it was worth. And this is every seller's line of thinking that it's everybody else's fault but the markets for what their house is selling for.
Yeah, they did not sell it yet.
It has not sold yet.
No, it has
so they're
not
just
sold.
suing even though it hasn't sold.
But here's the point. $150 million buyers. You know, they named the property Billionaire for a reason. You got to be a billionaire. You think billionaires are looking for their next purchase on Zillow?
No,
they are not looking for their next purchase
certain,
on
though,
Zillow.
so there's 12 bedrooms and 31 bathrooms. I'm certain if you got rid of half of those bathrooms, you'd have a much better chance of selling your home. Who needs 31 bathrooms? Do you know how much toilet paper that is?
Bruce Makowski built the 38,000 square feet. I think the 31 bathrooms are necessary, Bruce. I think you built. There's a video in that we link up all the articles.
So
we're gonna link it up.
I'm gonna give you a piece of paper, and you're gonna wipe the brown off your nose. I'm not saying it's not a beautiful home.
You think Bruce is gonna give me the listing?
No,
I don't even know. I'll get my California listing
you're
if
like,
you wanted to.
I'm gonna go to California. He's gonna love me. I'm not saying that.
My point is,
what's your point?
He built. I think the 31 bathrooms are necessary.
I am saying that they are not necessary, but I'm not saying that it's not a nice house.
I'll
take the 82-foot pool and the helicopter
85-foot infinity pool.
Yes, and like the helicopter pad. Like, I'll take all of that, but I refuse to clean 31 bathrooms.
The house is not a racket. The lawsuit is.
That means you use a bathroom a day for a whole month.
Well, I have 3 bathrooms, and I use all of them. Yeah, I change it up. Yeah, I use this one, that one.
31.
I would use at least 7 to 10 of them.
But that means you're going
Depending
up
on
the
where I
stairs,
am in the house.
down the stairs,
I'd use them.
up multiple stairs.
Yeah.
I am sorry. For a person that is so strict on their schedule and you have zero time to
Which
answer
is-
texts,
that's
you
my
are
point.
not driving up
If I'm on the West
stairs.
Wing, I'm using West
The
Wing
West
bathrooms. If
Wing.
I'm on the East Wing,
I am
I'm using
certain,
East Wing
I am
bathrooms.
certain the billionaire does not call it the West Wing.
Well, the North Wing, the north side of the house. I'm using.
Anyway, it's a beautiful
them all.
home. That's not what I'm saying.
I think the lawsuit's a racket because I think you're right. These types of buyers are not finding their property on Zillow. They're not just scrolling through. Oh, that might be nice. They're talking to top
Right.
luxury brokers.
So again, I feel like this is typical of sellers that have not sold their homes.
Racket number 3. We haven't beaten up on NAR in a while, so why don't we do that today?
Okay, so I have to tell you all that this is a Realtor Mag article, and I did
Yeah.
not pick it.
I picked it. I just happen to. There's a bunch of different articles on it, but I happen to use the Realtor Mag. I wanted to make Nicole happy. See how she's glowing today? See
Glowing.
that? Look at the glowing. The R stands for more. Director X is doing the new NAR ads. Director X, by the way, he's worked on music videos for artists like Jay-Z, Rihanna, Usher, Drake, and Nicki Minaj.
I am certain after this Realtor video comes out, he will never be hired for another video again. I'm just speculating.
No, come on.
I'm sorry.
You can watch the little. We're gonna link up
First
the
of all, wait,
Realtor Mag.
R stands for more? It doesn't even make sense.
There's a 1-minute video, so you can listen to Director X talk about. He's getting paid a lot of our due money for this.
He has got to be because
Not only
I'm
are-
sorry. I am convinced that what is it, Director X? He is not
Director X.
passionate about this project at all. Because based on the things that I've seen him actually produce that are like noteworthy, this is like not.
Well,
So
he's
I
getting
am
paid a lot of money.
certain-
You could tell.
His eyes are like watering as he's saying, like, this is the greatest video ever. Like,
There-
he's sad that he's actually speaking those words.
There's a 1-minute video. You can watch it in the link. Director X talks about
Tell
the
me
vision.
what you think. Am I wrong?
I
Watch
think
the video.
I applaud Director X. If NAR's going to pay you a bunch of money, take the money. What I don't
I
applaud.
didn't tell him not to take the money.
What I don't applaud is NAR just continuing to spend dues money to make themselves, the people making the decisions, feel good.
Well, R means more.
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing: we've always joked around as agents. We've had this conversation on the real world, like, what does NAR really do?
Right.
And now they're gonna
They're making rap videos.
put out a video that is themed. That's who we are. But the
R.
question is still,
R.
who are you? That's still the question.
We're more. It stands for more. R stands for more.
I mean, and listen, we've beat them up in the past. There's a lot of good things NAR does. They do too many things. And if they would just pick one or maybe two really good things that they do, then they could make a video that is labeled "That's Who We Are," because then everybody would have a clear message. But what I saw in the 1-minute, 7-second
clever,
video
though.
was
That's who
another.
we are is clever, but I don't understand
It
how
is.
R is more. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It's clever,
this
but
is
it's
who we
still
are. Yeah.
fuzzy because they're not answering the question.
Well, so watch the minute video though, because when you actually see them giving clips of what's going to be in this video, I mean, it's
interesting.
It is a great word.
I don't doubt Director X's skills. I think he probably has mad skills, especially he's working with Jay-Z. But I'm questioning what the message is. I hope if you're going to spend the millions on these TV ads, which I think is stupid, but if you're going to do it, NAR,
Well, but luckily the R is in 3-dimensional now.
I don't think it is. I think they scrapped that. If you're going to spend the millions on the TV ads, please have a clear message to the consumer about who the heck you are, because I know there's still agents that are confused. Write us a comment if you're confused what the R stands for, or you got any comments on the show or any topics that you want us to cover. And if you like, here's a comment I want you to make. Simple comment. This will take you 2 seconds.
2.
Just if you like the style of the first 62 episodes,
AM or PM?
AM or PM.
AM or PM? You want AM or PM?
AM or PM in the comments. Like the video and subscribe. Keep it real. We'll see you next week.